I'm Daniel Berlant in the Cal Fire Information Center with the fire situation report for Wednesday, September 23rd, 2020. Yesterday, firefighters gained full containment on the CZU lightning complex that had been burning in Santa Cruz and San Mateo counties. Now today, crews are continuing to battle 26 remaining major wildfires across California. With over 18,200 firefighters on the front lines, firefighters are making progress on that nearly 24 major fires that you can see on our map, as well as yesterday 22 initial attack wildfires that were all sparked and contained. Now let's look at and get an update on some of the fires. First, we'll start with the August complex, which is the largest wildfire right now, burning just under 860,000 acres in total have burned. Crews have made real good progress on this fire. In fact, crews were able to do a firing operation over the last day or so. Now, that firing operation was a bit smaller than anticipated, so the acreage compared to yesterday is actually down just a little bit. After the firing operation was mapped, the acres did come in a little bit smaller. So today, 860,000 acres burned, the fire 39% contained. So good progress being made on the August complex. Moving over to the North Complex in Butte and Plumas counties. The North Complex is now just over 300,000 acres. It did grow about 1,600 acres or so, but containment also increased by an additional percentage, bringing the overall containment up to 75%. On the North Complex, firefighters were able to do a number of firing operations as well. In fact, the humidity overnight increased, so that really allowed firefighters a window of opportunity to burn out some of that excess vegetation, mop up around some of the containment lines, and really to keep holding back the fire. Now, there's been a lot of fire activity increasing in the Ponderosa Reservoir area, and that's along the South Fork of the Feather River. So real good progress being made on the North Complex. We'll move down south to the Creek Fire, burning mostly on the Sierra National Forest, but in Fresno and Madera County. Creek Fire is now just under 290,000 acres. There was some growth yesterday. In fact, there was some increased fire activity really on the west flank of the north zone. However, due to some southwest winds that occurred, the fire actually kind of burned back into areas that had already been burned, and so that really aided firefighters. But an extra 5,900 acres or so did burn. The fire now up an additional 2%, bringing overall containment on this fire to 32%. The real good news here, though, is as progress is being made, some additional evacuations were able to be lifted on this fire. Continuing to go down in the Sierra, down into parts of Tulare County, where we get the SQF complex. This fire has burned just under 145,000 acres. There was some growth yesterday. 3,100 additional acres occurred. The fire remained very active, really because in that area they did not see any recovery in the humidity, and so that really allowed the fire to continue to grow. And it's expected that as the inversion layer lifts, we'll continue to see some potential increased fire activity there. Now, firing operations have started to really box in that fire and try to slow down the progression, especially down below Denison Ridge. Evacuation orders remain in place for several of the communities. Again, the SQF complex as a total is now 33% contained. And then scrolling down into San Bernardino County, where we go to the El Dorado fire. Again, continued progress being made on this fire as well. This fire now holding about 22,000 acres. An extra 8% in containment was made in the past 24 hours, bringing containment to 68%. Overnight fire activity did lessen due to cooler temperatures and higher humidity, so firefighters have continued to been able to increase that containment line, check for hot spots, mop up around the fire line. Still a lot of progress and a lot of work, though, being done up on the northern edge of this fire along the Highway 38 corridor for some of the communities that are still up there. The good news is yesterday, as progress is being made, the evacuation advisory, the advisory warnings that had been put in place for Big Bear were lifted. So continued real good progress on this fire. From here, we'll go a little bit to the east into LA County, just above Monrovia, Pasadena area. This is the Bobcat fire. According to the U.S. Forest Service, this fire now at 113,000 plus acres. It is at 38% contained. There are still a number of evacuations on this fire as it continues to right now primarily burn away from a number of the communities in the LA basin, but move into the desert areas closer to Highway 38 on the top end of it. Again, this fire is being battled by the U.S. Forest Service. For more information on the Bobcat fire, you can get a link on our website, fire.ca.gov. Let's talk now about our weather conditions. A fire weather watch has been issued for portions of Northern California, effective beginning Saturday morning, for gusty winds and low humidity, which will bring critical fire weather conditions. Let's zoom in and look a little bit where these areas are going to be. Here is Northern California. You can see it really stretches practically just above, as we zoom in here, here's Redding. So we're going just above Redding all the way down through the Sacramento Valley, the foothills of the Sierra, all the way down through the Stanislaus National Forest, down into Tuolumne, that region. And then over here in the Bay Area, we'll continue to see, or this fire weather watch will include portions of the North Bay Mountains as well as the East Bay Hills. So again, a good portion of Northern California in a fire weather watch starting on Saturday and into the early part of next week. Now, why we are going to see these fire conditions? Well, a couple factors. One is our temperatures are on their way up. Look, this is a graph that shows summertime weather returning. Even though it is fall, we are going to slowly start to peak back up. By Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, we're going to increase in some areas back to triple-digit temperatures. So the cooler weather we've been experiencing is forecasted in. In fact, look here on our map. Wednesday, you can see temperatures somewhat normal for this time of year, but fast forward to Saturday, you can see things starting to heat up. And by Sunday, again, we're going to hit triple digits in many areas of not just Southern California, but many portions of Northern California as well. So it's these hot temperatures combined with low humidity, gusty winds. That is why the fire weather watch is in effect. However, we are going to potentially see some showers in the most northwestern portion of the state, pretty much stretching from the tip of Mendocino all the way up to Del Norte counties, up in through Siskiyou, a little portion of Modoc. This is a very weakening weather system that will bring a slight chance of showers late tonight and into Thursday morning. So we could see a little bit of rainfall, especially over where the August complex, even up in some of the fires up in Siskiyou County, the Slater complex, for example. However, again, for most areas, it is going to be hot and dry. Now, did you know what even a fire weather watch means for the forecast, or the difference between it and a red flag warning? Well, a fire weather watch most often is before a red flag warning is issued, and it tells you that critical fire weather is on the way. Gusty winds and low humidity are the most common reasons for these warnings and these watches being issued. Now, you can find a full video on what's the difference between a red flag warning and a fire weather watch on our website, fire.ca.gov. That's where you can actually find this map here that shows you which communities will be under that fire weather watch come this weekend. So for more on the fires and for the fire weather watch, you can visit our website at fire.ca.gov. That's the latest on the fire situation in California. I'm Daniel Berlant. Have a fire safe day.